Good morning, everyone. Chill Girl Christine here, Alderman in Ward 6. We are here to fuel your mind, body, and soul with goodness. We're going to open up, share, be real, be raw, overcome, let go, and simply live a chill-licious life. And I am so excited. We are back again. Rocco and Eric. Rocco, five-time heavy...
You don't know what to say.
All right, five-time world champion, heavy lifter. He's a legend. And Eric, who is co-owner of FitLab. And we did a segment back in April of this year. And we're going to do a little follow-up on how we're going to make Manchester strong again, make America strong again, because it is going to be across the country with your programs. So let's just dive right in. And he's an author, the legend Rocco.
Oh boy, here we go.
So, I love that you come with a complete agenda. So I'm like always off script. You just go with the flow. And that's what I love about my style. And then when I get people on that are very detailed, facts, let's get down to business. So I haven't even read this thoroughly yet, so I haven't done my homework.
No need.
So let's just dive right into how are we making Manchester strong again, and the importance of all of us getting really, really healthy for our mind, body, and soul. And that is really, really essential, because I started his program, even though I haven't done a circle back around, which I need to do with Jillian and you in another couple of weeks. But my goal was to get stronger, and that was last September, a year ago. And I feel so much better. So can you share a little bit about why it's so important for us to get stronger, to have more muscles, because we need to open up our mindset and change our behaviors and go back in time to when we were kids and we were really healthier.
Yep.
Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the whole reason for the Make America Strong Again movement that we've been actually putting together, and the project coming quite a ways. Our president, Dennis Mathias, who is out of Pennsylvania, obviously he couldn't be here because the drive was too long to do a 30-minute podcast. But shout out to you, Dennis. I'm doing all the heavy lifting for you this morning.
Thanks, Dennis.
But the purpose for the Make America Strong Again movement is to create a unity with all of the cities and all of the states in the country to focus on getting the communities healthy. That was your interest in Manchester, but it's more than just Manchester. It's
America.
It's a national epidemic that we have.
Yeah, we're in a crisis, health crisis.
And it's just not. It's never. And I know you're struggling with how the city operates, the municipality here. That
our health insurance.
Yes, but see,
there's so much to it.
There is, and there's so many levels, and we can sit and criticize, the operators of the city, so to speak, and even to some degree, you guys as well. You've got to take responsibility of that. Health isn't a priority, because if it was, we wouldn't be unhealthy. Okay, and quite frankly, you take a look at all of the other, your budget concerns that you have for the city, all the things that are, they seem to be more important because they finance you being here. Just like whether it's the mayor, the alderman, or whoever is running the city, those numbers are driven also by the hospitals that pay huge taxes, right? Fast food all along all the streets here in Manchester, right? These people pay the taxes into the city, right? So if you promote health and they lose business, so people are less sick, right? People are eating less healthy foods or drinking less alcohol, right? That means all of that funding is no longer there, right? So what's more important? Is it the tax money or is it the community? Right?
For me, it's our community.
Of course, yeah.
And
I understand.
We need to tighten our belts and be smarter.
You're right, and it's called the genius of the and Eric could speak on that because we've talked about this for a very long time.
Once or twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It can't just be this or this. It has to be this and this. In other words, we have to empower. I'm not saying that eating fast food is bad. And sometimes it's more affordable.
Life in moderation.
But sometimes it's more affordable for people who have, several children or people on a fixed income. It's like, how do we even get fast food distributors to actually make the food a little bit better so that they can still profit? How do we make it so that even the doctors profit from people being healthy versus being sick?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
That's essential.
It's changing the paradigm and the thought process. The whole fat shaming thing. That's another thing that drives me crazy. Right? The people who promote you shouldn't fat shame people are the same people who got these people sick in the first place, because they're keeping them. People who are overweight, I feel badly for them because they're imprisoned in their own bodies.
Yeah.
Right? They can't escape feeling bad every single day. And the reality is they're in pain 24/7, right?
Yeah.
They are. So either you're going to be in pain 24/7 for the rest of your life, or we create systems and support systems, we'll say, in the communities through the fitness centers to help them get out of pain. Is it painful to get out of pain too? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, there's a price to pay for how people have gotten there. But working your way out and having a plan to get out of it so you don't have to be in pain indefinitely is the key. And that's what we need to do. So,
because you might be in pain for a little bit as you're like working through things, but you feel so much better at the end of the day and when you wake up in the morning.
It's a pain you actually look forward to at some point too, right?
It's a feel-good pain.
It's a feel-good
well,
pain.
I think Eric, could talk a lot about, because when Eric and I first became business associates, so to speak, it was a philosophy that I actually instilled in him in the beginning, and he agreed with me. It was like, because he was in the fitness business, sell them a membership and hopefully they stay, right?
Yeah.
But the whole paradigm shift that he has done in his clubs, which I give him all the credit for, has been remarkable. And he could talk about some of the experiences
share
you've had
some
with
of
him,
that.
the changes
First off,
people
we're not
have had.
business partners. We're best friends now, okay? So let's put that on the table.
I love that.
But yeah, he's 100% right. He changed the whole way I thought about the business in general. And what I mean by that is, when I got into the industry, I thought it was a completely different thing. I thought it was going to be just this rosy kind of situation where we help people all day. And it turned out that wasn't the case. It was still bottom lines and revenues and projections, and it was more
Getting memberships,
it was
getting
a
money.
business, right?
Yeah, because
And-
you have to pay.
and we have to make money,
Rent.
right? We're a business.
Yeah.
We have to do that, of course.
People have to get paid.
But when I realized that that's kind of where it ended, and we just, we created these nice, rooms with equipment in them, and we rented it out to people, and that was kind of the end of what we did. It was kind of you see, like the way I operate, I'm a people person. Like I want to help people. It's a gift and a curse, trust me.
Yeah,
I get
I
taken
totally
advantage
get
of, too. But the reality was I wasn't able to really be who I was in the business that currently exists, the one that Rocco's been part of for decades now.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that I became disenfranchised by that, and just being like, wow, like this isn't my identity. It's not really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reach more people, and I thought this was the vehicle. What Rocco did when we met, it was say, I have a system that allows us to do that, right? Because if it's not effective, scalable, and affordable, then nobody's going to do it.
True.
Right? So
True.
there's a big portion there too. So what he's, now I say he because he developed it, but now we have built the system to a point where it's scalable all over the world. It can go anywhere at this point. It's that innovative. So I think the
I just got
experience,
goosebumps, which
the
is huge
it's
because
so big. And until you really sit down in front of Rocco and I, like the amount of Zoom calls we're on in a week is crazy. Of people just being like brains just exploded with how big this is going to get. We have to slow down. We got, we got to start local level, then we can get to state level, national, stuff like that. But yeah, that's been my experience. Is I feel now that I'm part of a mission. I'm a part of an initiative, and almost to a point, kind of blazing a trail of what's possible because it's never existed.
which is unbelievable.
It's insane.
And it's something we all need.
And everybody
And we
out
need
there
help.
watching can do that. They can come, they can contact people like me at my clubs, some other clubs in the area, and a growing number of clubs, every day we're getting more and more buy-in with this system. going to our website to figure
And
out.
what's your website?
Well, rampgym.com, www.rampgym.com will get you all of the information about what ramp is, what's included in it, how it works, and all the participating locations that have ramp, which is growing. So it's like keep checking back, there's more and more. But the other thing is if you're kind of a sideline type of person, like we understand that there are a couple different types of people. Some people that are all in, let's do this, right? You're kind of one of
Yes.
those people. You're like, oh, you know what, that sounds great, let's
Yes.
go. But there are the other people that are kind of on the fence, like they kind of side eye it first, right? And I'm more of that, I think,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest. It's like, well, let me see who else is doing it, and let me see how effective it is. Do me a favor, everybody watching.
Yes.
You're already on Facebook, you're watching this, right? I want you to go search Ramp by Gym Doctor, and you go tell me that you're not severely impressed by the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that we've gotten results for. And I'm not saying like sometimes, once in a while, every single person. And I offer a money back guarantee to the people that don't get a positive result. Like I'm that serious about getting
That's
people healthy.
huge.
I'm that serious. And so are our licensees. They're all saying like, they're all offering money back guarantees because like, if we don't give somebody what they came in and paid for, we don't really deserve anything. Like, yes, we need to charge for access to our facilities, right?
Yeah.
But if you're coming in to look better, feel better, and you don't know how, which is probably 99 out of 10 people,
Yeah.
right? And I don't give you what you came in for, I don't really deserve anything. So that's the way I feel about it. Like,
Yeah.
not every gym's going to feel that same way. More and more are kind of turning to that,
Yeah.
which is great. So. I'm telling you, go check out that page and tell me you're not impressed at what you see.
I love it. So this is for anyone.
Anyone.
It doesn't matter what size you are. It doesn't matter if you've been in
Age.
the gym 7 days a week. Because I feel like the first time I had met you, you had said that you were working out every single day.
Yeah.
And
Not even close
you're like,
anymore.
all right, is this for real? Like I could really work out. Is it three
Days a week. Yeah, absolutely. Like if you're a fitness person, you like being in the gym, right? You can come in a 4th day, a 5th day, do a little bit cardio, a little bit abs, a little accessory work. That's not
Yeah.
a big deal. What Ramp does is it takes care of the heavy lifting of the central nervous system load, I guess is a decent way to put it. So we take care of all that. We give you every exercise, every rep, every set, customized to you with supporting nutrition. Comes with a shopping list, and then it comes with guaranteed positive results or you get your money back. Like, tell me where you get that. Like, in a service industry, it just doesn't exist.
And they make it non-intimidating, so people who
I think that's the key thing.
are
Yeah, it's
you
very...
know, there's other fitness establishments out there that don't judge you, but they don't help you either. Okay,
Yeah.
and there's where people get caught in that trap. Like once you walk through the door there, you're left to your own devices, right?
Yeah.
At the ramp certified clubs, or even the Make America Strong Again clubs that are part of that community, we have some of the best people in the industry from all over the country that are part of our advisory board. Everybody that you could possibly think of that's been somebody in fitness, and it's just for another show. We could introduce some of these people, but the reality is that we support those people coming into the clubs regardless of what condition they're in. So if you've just been diagnosed with diabetes or heart disease, many forms of cancer, when you train in a progressive manner, is which we do with the technology. It allows your body to release different types of chemicals. Well, one of them is called myokines that actually heal your body in every single way, even including your brain. So even though you're working your biceps, right? Once you contract that bicep, it releases a chemical that goes through your whole body and actually creates these chemicals that actually will make you younger. They make you smarter, and they make you leaner and healthier, right? So it's not
And
just
happier.
And happier, that's a big one.
well, it's sometimes happy, sometimes not. Sometimes
Well, when
know?
you really think about it, when you feel better and you're less toxic,
Well,
and you're moving, you're able to shake things off, and that does
it does
produce
detoxify
happiness,
the system of all the chemicals that have been put into foods. And I think it's another show would be talking about estrogen in particular, or estrogen estrogen mimicking compounds that have caused the problem, in my estimation, in the first place. And the reason why we know this, and I'm getting off subject here, is that a good friend of mine, Dr. Tano, who's written many publications about this, did a lot of research, and that all along the Mississippi River have the most obese people in the country. And the reason why is, what he deduced from this is that all the farming that takes place along the river, because they use herbicides and pesticides that mimic estrogens, these people are eating the foods that are laden with these high levels of estrogens, and therefore, you know, people are artificially pregnant, so to speak. Like, you've had a child before, right?
Yes.
Did you gain weight when you?
Yes.
Well, because your estrogen levels went up, right? So, but everybody is artificially impregnated right now. So when you're looking at the little children that have this, you know, these overweight problems, it's because they have too much estrogen in the system. Then that throws off the insulin, and then of course now you have these high caloric foods that you're taking in, so that we're compounding this problem. And that's where the Make America Strong Again initiative is to help the communities through fitness centers. And we have a medical team too. We don't just have, you know, we also have a medical team that's working with us in conjunction with all this to be able to provide the support necessary, because we don't have a medical problem, so to speak. We have a poor food problem and a lack of movement problem. And it's not something that can be fixed by doctors. And doctors realize this, but what can they do? They're stuck in a situation where, you know, they got a million sick people coming in all the time, and it's about writing the prescription, saying, here you go. And that's about as far as it gets. And then, of course, it's not working, is it?
No, it's not working. We need prescription pads for movement,
Right.
you know. Get out, run in the parks, you know, let the kids out and
You
play.
gotta go from treatment
Yes.
to prevention.
Yes.
That's what it needs to be.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. You know, I'm going to circle into, for just a second, in Manchester Beach Street School, that they're going to be taking away a park from the inner city, which I have a big problem with. So all the Democrats as aldermen and Chris Morgan, a Republican, voted to give away the land so that mega elementary school can be built on that beautiful Sheridan Emmett Park, right in the inner city. For me, and it's going to become a health center. Why do we need a health center? We don't need a health center if we actually have real parks that we're protecting, that there's no needles, there's no boozing, you know, and we're actually letting kids run around and feel safe, you know, so we need more officer friendlies. So for me, I'm like, I believe in movement for all of us. I've always been, we need more recess during schools, which I know that Senator Victoria Sullivan is pushing that through. So that's going to be a mandatory amount of recess for children. But it just kind of kills me when we're talking about movement and we're taking away a park from the inner city, which is insanity. So this is where it's just so essential to get involved with your communities, speak out at the alderman meetings, and voice your concerns, because we need more movement, more healthy choices instead of more health facilities, you know, that just want to, who knows what.
Well, you don't need the facilities if people are already healthy.
Thank you.
Right.
To it.
But, you know, again, you know, if you're going to take away the places where people go out to exercise and to move for, you know, there's a school being put in there, and what was that budget for that? How many millions?
Let's see, it's $306 million in the middle schools and then the one elementary school. So in the elementary school, it's going to be like, by the time everything is said and done, like $120 million.
And who pays for that again?
The taxpayers of Manchester.
Thank you, Rocco.
Yes, the taxpayers.
Yeah.
And it's just really sad when we need to be supporting inside the classrooms and supporting the parks. I'm such a get out and run around. Hunt's Pool is demolished.
Oh, it's terrible.
This is terrible. This is terrible what the decisions that our elected officials have made for our community is just unacceptable. What are they going to do? Walk all the way, all the kids from the inner city going to walk all the way to Livingston Park? I mean, like, that's ridiculous. We need to have great parks in all of our communities in Manchester, because movement is essential and it's scientifically proven. So what I'd love to do is to jump into the science of, when you said, all right, you were working out 6 days a week,
Yeah.
and then you actually saw, all right, you went and did the program yourself.
Yep.
So not only were you skeptical
Yeah, for sure.
of it, but you did it, and you're like, and you're still jacked.
Thank you. Yeah, I try.
Yeah. Because sometimes we think that more is better.
More is not always more.
So
when
it's
it comes
about
to
working
fitness, yeah.
smarter, not harder.
And nutrition to support it, right? And
Yes.
supplementation and proper rest, right? We gotta
Yes.
rest and relax and
Which
things
is
like that.
so
And
essential.
that's your world, right?
Yes.
It's just like taking a step back and just existing and
Yes.
thinking and planning out your next move. If you're just constantly exercising, it's tough.
Yeah.
Tough life.
Let me pose a question to you then,
Yes.
okay? So the Secretary of War, which used to be the Secretary of Defense, so Pete Hegseth, right? He's come out and said that the whole military has to be fit to fight, right?
Yes.
Which is, I think that's
Hello.
I think that's pretty smart. If you take a look at China,
I think so.
you don't see any overweight soldiers in China. None, zero. But let me throw the ball back in your court, okay? Let's just look at the community of aldermen and everybody that's in government here. Would they pass the test?
You know what? I don't want to have an opinion on anyone else's.
No, would they pass the test? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Would they pass the test?
Let me tell you, the answer is no.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, he's the professional.
Maybe
It's
bad
no. Why don't we take every single one of the aldermen, we'll bring them to FitLab, we'll put them on the in-body scanner, we'll show the community
it.
how healthy or unhealthy these people are, right? Because if you're not healthy, how can you do your job to help us build the community? Tell me.
Oh,
And why?
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so
Right.
are you inviting all the aldermen
Damn right.
down?
Damn right.
Okay.
Every
Sure.
single one of
Why
them.
not?
Every single one of them
Yeah.
are invited down. How much?
And that includes you too,
Nothing.
Joe Lavasser.
I'll do it for
okay?
free.
Okay,
Come
so
on down.
for
Let's see
free,
what you can
the
do.
aldermen.
Free,
Okay,
yeah.
does that include the mayor?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Jay, come on
All
down.
right. Okay,
Jay's
that's-
pretty fit. I'll give him credit. Jay
Yeah,
looks
Jay is
pretty good.
definitely fit.
He's
He's-
pretty good.
Yep.
If we were more fit, we'd care
Ex-military
about-
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay, so all the aldermen
Yeah.
in Manchester, all the wards and at large, come down to
FitLab, sure.
Eric
Manchester,
at FitLab.
Yeah, why not?
why don't we have a
and
standard? Why don't you guys have a standard?
I love it.
Right?
Because it's really important for
You're
us.
the role models, right? You're the ones running the city, the communities. How can we have a healthier community when the role models or the leaders of the community aren't setting
really.
the example, right?
Yeah.
Just saying, guys.
Yeah, just saying.
Sorry if I put you on the spot, but you know
All
I
right.
love you all. Just
So
we're friends,
let's
right?
reach out to them, besides on
please.
the show,
Right?
for inviting
We're not even
all of
asking
them
for money.
down.
We're just saying we're going to do it for you for
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah.
Come
which
on
is
down.
unbelievable. It is amazing, and I need to follow up and do mine. So, but I definitely am stronger than I was last year,
Sure.
and it does help you get through the things that are really, really hard as well. So I'm glad I started it when I did, and now it's like, all right, I need to next level it.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're going to make America strong again. I know we only have a few minutes, so do you want to share away everything?
I think speak
you
about
go. No,
Massa a
you
little
go.
bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people want to get
Yeah,
involved
the
with
Make
that.
America
It's a
Strong
bigger-
Again campaign and project, I guess. We're still building on it because till the end of the year, we're creating the advisory board, all the counselors, and everything that we have that will be a place, whether you're a fitness center who doesn't know how to do this, you can call and you'll get free advice from any one of the particular disciplines that each of our members has, that you can ask them questions for free. If you want to transform your business to a equipment licensing center to a results-driven service center. Every good business has a great service center, right? Except the fitness industry. We can't have 270 million overweight, sick people in this country with 40,000 health clubs and not do something about it. We need to change the paradigm. And that's what Make America Strong Again is doing, is we're creating a new paradigm shift so that people can count on going to their fitness center to get the help that they need to have a healthier, happier, more flourishing and prospering life. It's that simple.
Yeah. It's daunting, but it is that simple. just working together and everybody getting in a room and talking about it and actually doing something about it is really what it's going to take. You know, medical and fitness need to get together, really start talking about things so that we can, you know, lower the cost of healthcare. Like, there's so many things, right?
So many things.
But it starts on a local level. So what can people like you and aldermen and governors and all that stuff is push the narrative that being healthy is paramount in our communities, right? That there are places like, you know, gyms like mine, it doesn't have to be mine, but exist that have a system that can get you from point A to point B, which is from unhealthy to healthy, affordably and with a guaranteed outcome, you know, and money back if you don't do that. So I think that's what, you know, the political kind of group of people can do is push this thought process to people that you don't have to be in pain, like Rocco said, forever. You don't. I've seen every possible type of person come in and absolutely crush it, and I want that for everybody, honestly.
Yeah, and we got a few fitness franchise groups that are actually working with us right now that are actually knocking it apart, and I'd like to do a shout out to them. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we want to do a shout out to the Workout Anytime franchise down in Alabama, especially Clanton, who just opened up a new center just less than 2 months ago. They had their grand opening yesterday. Are killing it. So Rachel and Steven, you guys have done an awesome job getting the communities healthy out there. We're rooting for you every single day, and I know you guys are going to make Alabama healthy again. So keep rocking, okay, guys?
I love it. I love it. I know we have like 1 minute to wrap up.
Yep.
So where can we find you?
Again, Eric mentioned rampgym.com is one of the websites, and more importantly, the Make America Strong Now. It's makeamericastrongnow.com. If you go to that website, if you want to be part of it, because you want to be part of it,
I
sent
definitely
you an
want to be
invitation.
part of it.
Yeah, get on the board.
If you think
Yes.
you can add something and you can be an asset to the movement, doesn't cost anything, go to the website, makeamericastrongnow.com, and just look for the application to become one of the advisory board, and we'll take that into consideration, and hopefully you become part of our team. Right?
Yes, yes.
Let's keep the movement rolling.
Yep, heck
So it is so great that we got some great things off of our chest today. We're going to make America strong again. And thank you, gentlemen, for joining me
appreciate
once
it.
again.
Thanks for having us back.
Thank you so much. And so we'll do another follow-up before Christmas.
And we have a lot to talk about. Yeah, there's a lot more to talk about.
We do. We have so much to talk about.
Yeah, the
and-
follow-up on all the aldermen, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. We're going to follow up with the awesome alderman. Let's go. All right. Thank you so much. And let's make America healthy again and strong again. And God bless all of you and your families.
Chill and heal, everybody.
Doing here. Yes.